Welcome to Provision ISR Technology Showcase. We will go through the different product range of Provision ISR. In this webinar, we will go through all the products of Provision ISR, the HD range, the IP range, and all the accessories. We will start with Provision ISR HD product solution. HD technology is still here. It's been here for quite a while and still here to stay. We go all the way from 1 megapixel to 8 megapixel. One of the things that unique Provision ISR is the fact that all of Provision ISR products, HD cameras, are what we call 4-in-1, meaning the installer can choose the output of the camera between analog, old analog signal, TVI, CVI, or even HD. The way we do it is with a simple dip switch that exists on the cable. At the end of the cable, there is a waterproof dip switch, and the installer can just choose the output of the camera. Many manufacturers do it with a joystick on the cable. We don't like the solution. Many installers complain on that joystick being smashed in the junction box. Therefore, we prefer the dip switch solution. So all of Provision ISR cameras, HD cameras, are what you call 4-in-1 solution. Next, we will talk about the different range, the different series of Provision ISR. We have 5 different series today. The first one is what we call basic series. It's available for in 1 megapixel or in 2 megapixel. This series is dedicated mostly to the installers who are looking for a very entry-level camera. Those cameras are suitable for indoor installation only. Come with a very attractive price. The Eco solution, which is more for dedicated for the installers that are searching for a mid-level camera for indoor or outdoor installation. It's available from 2 megapixel to 5 megapixel. The Pro series is Provision ISR main product line series. Is the full range of almost every possible housing you can imagine. Dedicated to the installers who's looking for a high-level camera, available from 2 megapixel through 5 megapixel and even 8 megapixel. We have PTZ camera in this series. We have hidden cameras and any kind of camera housing that you're looking for. The Ultra series is a series dedicated to installers who is looking for camera to answer extreme conditions, WDR, very low light sensitivity conditions. It's available from 2 megapixel to 5 megapixel. The last series is what we call Sirius series. This series for the solution that you're looking for a full color, even at night mode. So if you have a customer that is looking to have full color at night mode even, and willing to pay the extra $1 for it, your Sirius is the solution that you are looking for. This is based on the Sony Starvis latest sensor, and it provides a really nice color image at nighttime. So we start with the basic series, as we said, very limited series, mostly for indoor installation, in 1 megapixel and in 2 megapixel. We have later on the Eco series, a larger series, a larger availability of housing, anywhere between 2 megapixel and 5 megapixel. The Pro series, which provides the full range of housing, like I said, hidden camera inside PIR detectors, smoke detectors, and more. Even box camera that you can fit any kind of lens that you wish, and more. The Pro series also include a full range of PTZ cameras, your conventional PTZ or your bullet camera PTZ. I want to touch one of them very soon. Ultra for extreme night condition, like we said, available with WDR, low light sensitivity, and much more. And the series that provide you full color at night mode. 2 spotlight camera that we want to talk about. The first one is the hidden camera inside the PIR detector. Now, manufacturers do this kind of a camera, different design, different shapes, but basically the same thing, HD camera inside a PIR detector. However, one thing that many installer was complaining about is the fact that all those cameras come with a very long tail for the BNC and for the power. And they all say the same thing. This is a hidden camera. We need to hide the cable. It's very hard with such a long cable. So what we did in this specific housing is that we implement inside UTP balloon. At the back of the camera, there is actually no cables going out from this camera. You have only a power socket, which you can connect to a local power supply. You have the dip switch to choose your output of the camera, whether it's going to be CVI, PVI, HD, or old analog signal. And you have an RJ45. Now, this RJ45 can act if you connect the local power supply. You just need to connect a balloon and directly to the DVR. This inside balloon is also an active balloon, meaning also power. And in the box, in the package of the camera, you get the second part of that balloon. So basically, all you need to do is to connect a category 5 or category 6 cable, network cable, from the camera directly to the DVR side, connect the second part of the balloon. That's it, you're done. Only one cable going into the camera, very small one, the Cat5 cable. Another product I want to show you about is the PTZ in a bullet-shaped camera. Now, the demand for it came from the fact that there are many customers, small customers, residential markets, small offices, or small shops, that they need a PTZ camera with all the abilities of a PTZ camera, but they are not willing to pay the very high price of a PTZ camera. For those kind of customers, we created those PTZ in bullet cameras. They have all the capabilities of a PTZ camera, of a professional PTZ camera, but with much slower engine. Meaning, if a professional PTZ camera can do 360 in 1-2 seconds, this bullet PTZ will do a 360 in, let's say, 5 or 6 seconds. But it will give the customer the ability to control the camera. Move it left, right, up, down, zoom in, zoom out, all the capabilities of a PTZ camera for a price of a bullet camera. Very attractive price. This is an example of a product page, a spec page from our website, catalog, and so on. We want to see, we talked before about the fact that we put icons and products and packages and everything. Those icons, of course, follow the product everywhere they go. So on the spec of the product, you can see that this is a Pro HD camera, 4-in-1. So you don't even need to read the model. You can then automatically know that it's from the Pro series, 2 megapixel, and 4-in-1 camera. One thing that Provision ISR is doing, and very proud of it, is everything related to the lens. This is something I want to explain. And most manufacturers, when they write the lens, they just write the millimeter of the lens, 2.8, 3.6, 2.8 to 12 for varifocal cameras. But millimeter doesn't mean a lot to installers. What talks to any installer is what we learned when we were at school, is the angle of the lens. So one thing that Provision ISR is doing is every time we write the millimeter of the lens, we also write the angle of view of the camera. And this is what's important, because just asking a 2.8 millimeter lens doesn't mean a lot, because every 2.8 millimeter lens could have a different angle of view. Even in Provision ISR, there's a lot of elements that will affect the angle of view, whether it's which resolution the camera is, which solution the manufacturer chooses inside, what quality of lens he used. Those kind of elements will dictate the angle of view of the camera. So you can have a 2.8 megapixel lens, dome camera, an eyeball camera, that will have a different angle of view from different manufacturers, and all of them are 2.8. That's why for us it's very important that we write to the installer the angle of view that he will get from the camera. Whether it's a fixed lens or a varifocal, we will write the angle of view. That's it for HD cameras. And when we talk about HD DVR, Provision ISR is offering a full range of DVR from 2 megapixel light all the way to 8 megapixel, 2, 5, and 8 megapixel light or pro. The difference between light and pro is basically the quality of the resolution. And we offer anything from 4 channel all the way up to 32 channels. A few things about the spec, and I think the main thing about the DVR, the Provision ISR, is the fact that any one of Provision ISR is what you call 4-in-1. It can detect automatically per channel which type of signal camera is being connected to the channel and adapt the channel automatically. Meaning, I can connect on channel number 1 a TVI camera, on channel number 2 a CVI camera, on channel number 3 an old analog camera, and the DVR will recognize all of them and will change the channel accordingly automatically. Another thing that we can see in Provision ISR DVR is the fact that Provision ISR is giving full flexibility when it's coming to mix and match between HD and IP cameras. For example, this machine is a 16-channel machine, 16-channel, H.265, 8 megapixel light. However, it gives you, to begin with, 16-channel HD and 8-channel IP. But you can change it to 15-channel HD and 9-channel IP, 14-channel HD, 10-channel IP, and you can mix and match all the way down to 8-channel HD and 16-channel IP. Again, full flexibility to choose as you wish. That's it about HD. Let's talk a little bit about our IP series. So when it comes to IP camera, it's important first of all to understand that all Provision ISR cameras are fully ONVIF certified. Stand to the latest ONVIF version all the time. At the moment we have 4 different series. S-Sight is S for simple. This series is dedicated to the installers who is seeking for a user-friendly solution at the best price condition. If all you need is a good IP camera, you don't need analytics, you don't need to connect it to an alarm system, or you don't need relays, you don't need built-in microphones or the ability to speak with the camera from remote. All you need is an IP camera at a good quality of video at the best price condition. S-Sight is your series. It's available in 2, 3, 5, and 8 megapixel, and it's, again, S for simple. Second series, iSight. iSight is a more advanced series. This series is dedicated to the installers who is asking for a professional line, maybe with analytics, face recognition. Most cameras have relays on the camera. Most cameras have some kind of an audio connectivity, whether it's a built-in microphone or audio in. Also have speaker out to be able to talk remotely from the camera. And it's got a full variety of housing. We will see some of it. Of course, we have a full range of our IPPTZ, and we have a special line which include all the niche IP cameras, such as hidden cameras, fisheye, wireless cameras, and more. So the first one, as we said, the S-Sight, available in 2, 5, and 8 megapixel mostly. Those are looking for simple IP cameras, residential market, small shops, and so on. We have the iSight series, a much bigger series with a more variety of housings, such as box cameras, hidden camera, pancake camera, what we call different size of bullet cameras, available in 2, 4, 5, and 8 megapixels. Special series, like we said, for all kind of niche cameras, the fisheye, the miniature camera, which you can hide anywhere you want, that has also SD card and built-in microphone and more. We also have a PIR detector camera and wireless camera. IPPTZ full range of PTZ, from the more professional one to also bullet PTZ, like we explained before. Let's talk about two spotlight camera that we want to talk a little bit more. The first one is a wireless camera. This is a wireless solution. When you're looking for a wireless camera because you cannot get cable through the camera or something, so Provision ISR came with a wireless camera. Again, it's not a Wi-Fi camera, it's a wireless camera that's working with a receiver. This receiver can accept up to 4 cameras in the same installation. And that receiver is being connected to the NVR. And by that, basically, we can extend 4 cameras from the NVR, wireless one, with the receiver and the wireless cameras, available in 2 megapixel only. Another camera I would like to talk about is the PIR detector camera. Again, also here, we created a camera. I think we are the only manufacturer in the world that carry IP camera inside a PIR detector. And by that, the world is open for discrete cameras, for IP cameras as well. Also here, a little bit about the spec of the camera. Same as we said before, we're always mentioning the series name, eyesight, and the resolution, some colors, icons for different features. But what's important is that in the first look, the installer can see that this is an eyesight camera, 5 megapixel. So we know that this camera is supporting analytics and face recognition and much more. Again, with the lens, in this case, 3.6 millimeter, which is 84.5 degree angle. Let's talk a little bit about Provision ISR NVR. Provision ISR is offering 2 lines of NVR, what you call the conventional NVR, or what we call the PoE NVR. I think you know what it refers to. Conventional NVR was when you connect a local switch to the cameras, and PoE NVR is when you connect the camera directly to the NVR and they get powered from the NVR. Provision ISR is carrying anywhere from 4 to 128 channel machines to give you full range of NVRs. Some of the things to notice when you look at the specs. So first of all, every time it's a PoE NVR, you will have the PoE symbol. If it's a machine that supports face recognition, you will have the face recognition symbol and everything that you need. Of course, one of the things to note is according to the model, you will be able to know also the hard drive that you need for it, whether it's 1 hard drive, 1 SATA in this case, 8 terabyte maximum, or if it's a 1U machine, you will see 2 SATA of 8 terabyte each, or 2U machines, 3U machines, and everything. Again, we have from 4 channel to 128 channel machine, from 1 hard drive to 8 hard drives, or I think even more, 24 hard drives on the 128 machine. Let's move on to talk a little bit about the accessories of Provision ISR. And I want to start with the PoE switches. PoE switches market grew dramatically in the last few years due to the fact that more and more IP cameras are being installed. And Provision ISR decided to add PoE switches line. Provision ISR is offering 10 100 megabits and giga switches. And there's 2 very unique features to Provision ISR that you can find in any Provision ISR switch. The first one is the fact that all of Provision ISR switches will have the amount of downlink ports according to the IP system that you need, and 2 uplink ports. Meaning, if it's a 4-channel switch, it's basically a 4-channel downlink port and 2 uplink ports. Why do we need 2 uplink ports? 1 for the NVR and 1 for the router or for the network. I see a lot of manufacturers of PoE switches that came from the IP market, from the computer market, and because of that, they produce a 4-channel switch that they have only 4 ports, 4 RJ45 ports. I saw some switches that has it's a 4-channel switch, but it has 5 RJ45, but it's not enough. Even if we do a 4-channel IP system, we have 4 IP cameras, we have the NVR, and we have the network that need to be connected as well. In this case, we always need the amount of downlink ports for the cameras and 2 uplink ports, one for the NVR and one for the network, for the switch. And this you will find in any Provision ISR PoE switch. The second feature that Provision ISR is offering in all of Provision ISR switches is what we call CCTV mode. CCTV mode is a simple button you can find on the switch that is designed for CCTV needs. In order to explain it, I want to explain a little bit about switches in general. Let's remember that switches came from the IT market, from the computer market. In the computer market, we actually have a need to transfer data between the channels, between the RJ45, because in each one of them there is a computer, and in computer markets, we want to be able to switch, to move data from one computer to the other, from one channel to the other. We want them to share the data. This is not the case in IP system, in CCTV system. Actually, in CCTV system, we don't want communication between the channels. So what we did is we created a feature called CCTV mode. When you move that switch from standard mode to CCTV mode, you create 2 things. The first, you cut the communication between the downlink ports. There is no communication between the cameras, between one camera to the other. This improved dramatically the security. We did it because of cyber security. So this cut of communication increased the security of the system. We only leave the communication between the downlink ports and the uplink ports, between the IP cameras to the NVR or to the network. Another very nice advantage of this feature is that if a regular PoE switch or regular PoE in general can power a camera of a distance no more than 80, 100 meters, in CCTV mode, we actually managed to increase it to around 250 meters. That's the second benefit of CCTV mode. So again, 2 main features. One, cutting the communication between the downlink ports, and by that enhance the security, improve the security, and increase the distance between the switch and the IP camera to around 250 modes. And again, by a simple switch. And we have a full range of PoE switches with monitors, with screens that you can see exactly full information about what's going on right now in the switch, including keep alive function and many more features. Another series of products I want to Provision ISR is carrying is everything related to HDMI. HDMI accessory is a growing market due to the fact that today most NVRs has HDMI and even 4K output, not only BNC or VGA. And because of that, we need more and more solutions in HDMI accessories, such as repeaters or 1 to 2 HDMI splitter or switchers, or even to extend the HDMI over Cat5, which you need to extend the monitor far away from the NVR. So we have extender for 20 meters and for 40 meters and more. Provision ISR is offering a full range of UTP balloons, active ones and passive ones, with power, without. Provision ISR is offering a full range of monitor, whether it's a test monitor or small monitor to put on the wall. Now this has a really big market from installer side. Those are 7, 9, and 10-inch monitors. We took those monitors from the car monitor. Usually you can find it in the back seat of the headrest. for the kids to watch the movies. So we took those monitors from this industry, we added PNC, HDMI, VGA, and now you have a flat screen, small monitor, 9, 10-inch monitor, including in-wall mounts that you can put it inside the drywall, and by that connect it directly to the NVR and to give the customer the ability to watch the system next to his door, in the kitchen, in the office, and not only next to the NVR where he is located. Provision ISR is also offering a full range of power supply, anywhere between table mount power supply, 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 3 ampere, and so on, to wall power supply with battery backup and more, and even to rack mount power supply. Provision ISR is offering a full range of brackets, junction box to fit your installation needs. There is as you can see, there is a quite easy map to help you navigate between the model that you need and the installation type that you need, and to choose the right model. That's it for now. Feel free to write us for any question, and thank you for joining.